Welcome to the map Lone Lands in BFME 2, the rise of the Witch King, for an epic 1v1 replay commentary between amazing players. We have the Elven player Australia versus the Isengard player Zira. So it's good against evil Uruks versus Lorien warriors. Lurtz versus Legolas. Double furnace opening for Isengard. And we see two Malone trees opening for the Elven player into the Malone tree number 3. So I'm assuming he's going to go for the barracks. So elves don't have too many options. Sometimes you can see the elves opening with a stable, for a stable delete move. But 99% of the time you will see a barracks opening, because that's your primary production building. You can recruit from, the swordman, the archer, the pikeman, the elite archer into ultimate archer. Oh my god, it's gonna be actually a stable opening. One of the rare moments we will not be able to see a lot. 3 furnaces into the Uruk pit. This design of the Uruk pit is looking awesome. And look at the animations, this animation was made back in 2004 for the Battle for Middle-earth 1. And it's been 21 years ago now. And it's kind of crazy. It's like living. And also the animation here on the furnace, you see the guy here, trying to produce steel, and 2 persons are working on each furnace, giving you resources. It's a living building, and we got to see the Uruks with their black, big armor. I don't know what you are thinking about, but it's the armor I was talking about. This is Spider Pit here in the choke point, so you can take this one down later on. But for now, we will see a stable into the Rivendell Lancer. So I'm assuming he's going to keep it, but he might also be able to just demolish it. Let's see what he's going to choose. But it's a very uncommon strategy for sure. So the Uruks, the perfect timing though, to trample, to rule them all. He's going to use the shield wall formation to block the damage, plus the whole ground stance for more tankiness. But it's going to take him some time. He's going to still be able to deal with this Uruks, no problemo. You need to just trample into them maybe like 4 or 5 times. But the result will not change. However, you can stall it out, buy some more time, which gives you the additional time you need to counter them by recruiting the pikemen. That's why he's waiting for the second push. So the second push will involve the Uruk high from the Uruk pit, plus the pikemen, which are coming out with their big, bad spears in their hands. And this push is super good. I like it. And it's very hard to counter without any archers. So the barracks just built up. He's going to get some Lorien warriors, not Lorien archers. And the lancers he was recruiting from the beginning will creep this layer, which is close to the fortress. So he has 2 of these. He might go for the 3rd one. But they are super expensive, they cost $500 each. And I'm assuming the push cannot be undone. And he's going to also use Warchan on them. There we go. Now he needs to find a way to deal with the pikemen. The second the pikemen die, the lancers can take care of the Uruks. He used Rallying Call defensively, but he's pushing with the 2 Rivendell lancers forward. In order to counter this, you need some pikemen here, and he's trying to position them in a place where they will be more useful. The builder is going to be caught and actually be taken down. That's huge. Killing a builder at any stage of the game is super beneficial, but it's more beneficial to do that at the beginning of the game, in which investing 500 resources for a builder is going to be hurting your eco much more. So each builder, maybe they changed the cost. They cost only 400 now. They used to cost 500 in the past. They still keep pushing, by the way. If they can destroy this Malone tree here, which I'm assuming is going to be a hard thing to do, it's going to be great. But you can see this rock on the ground, and that's why the good players are building always by using the neutral, materials on the ground to get like a natural defense, to block the potential engagement on this Malone tree from the opponent. The Warpacks are fighting against Lancers. The Rallying Call duration is gone. The elves are also healing out of combat automatically by themselves. As you can see, as they are moving, they are healing up, which is one of the most annoying parts about the Elven faction to play against, because they have so much sustain in their kit. The Uruks are still alive, but they cannot do much more. Lothian warriors are also super fast. They have 55 speed, just like the Uruks. And they are way faster compared to dwarves, of course, and also to the soldiers of Gondor. And the second push is about to happen very soon. War Chant is still on cooldown. The cooldown is like 3 minutes. But it's in reality only 2 minutes because the cooldown starts kicking in after you use the ability. And the ability's duration is 1 minute. So from the moment the ability's duration goes off, you will have to wait only 2 more minutes. But lots of details on this map. I like it. The design is really good and very well done. Looks really awesome. The war packs using the whole ability with the new animation. The Malon tree is going to get demolished, so you get more of the money back. There is also a troll layer protecting this in. So you have plenty of different creeps on this map. So you have goblins, spiders, but also trolls. No wargs, so that's very uncommon. Usually, warglairs are the most used creep in the entire game. This is no rubble of mindless orcs, my dear dwarf. I mean, it's like very campy playstyle. We see plenty of Lothian warriors, pikemen, and also archers just ready for the defense. And the Elven player is only using the Rivendell Lancers for the offensive part. So he's gonna group all of them together, potentially for a big rallying call here. No, he's not gonna do this. Rallying call is avoidable though. War Chant is also avoidable. In terms of the combat stats from the potential PowerPoint choices, it's going to be benefiting the Isengard because the second PowerPoint you can choose with only 5 PowerPoint investment is going to be the Creebane, which is going to turn the fight in your favor by debuffing the enemy units and make them lose a lot of damage plus armor. So you can buff yourself with the War Chant and debuff the enemy with only 5 PowerPoint, and that will make you deal more damage and you becoming more tanky. Rallying call has been used. The warg packs will be found here by the Lancers, but there is a pikeman coming to spot the area, so Rivendell Lancers have to be careful, buffed or not buffed. You cannot fight against the pikeman, and this Malon tree over here is going to be destroyed. And War Chant is still not used, by the way. He's holding on it. Maybe he's trying to gather a bigger army and go for a massive push. Looks like you want to take the creep down with his pikemen and archers, but you don't want to get too close to the troll, otherwise he will just hunt you down. Get over here. And we have also the first hero of the game, one of the most cost-efficient heroes in the entire game, Haldir. The cheapest and for me personally, the best hero from the Elven faction. That's the only way you can get leadership. He costs like almost nothing and levels up like crazy. You can see the amount of experience he's gaining is like no joke. And in a minute or two, he will get to unlock his leadership. Also, even though he's super cost efficient, he's a great skilling hero into the late game with his golden arrow, level 8, a ability we see playing, like quite often, as it's very easy to level up this hero. So 7.5 power points collected. Zira, the Isengard player, has Creebane plus War Chant. Malon tree is going to get demolished. Bad trample here. Lost a lot of his lancers, unfortunately for him, and they will barely be able to get away. Haldir has to just join the Lothian archers and stay close to them. The Mirror of Galadriel is going to heal up those lancers over time, but it's going to take you lots of time actually. I think you need like maybe more like 2 minutes to get back to full size. That's why people end up using building more of this Mirror of Galadriels just to speed up the healing progress. The hero from the Isengard player is going to be the Sharku, the warg hero, right into your face. Okay, big push is about to happen, boys. Big push is about to happen. I'm expecting a big War Chant here. Oh boy, they are coming. Wargs, pikes, swordmen, crossbowmen, all your Isengard Uruk-heart desires. If also the Uruks, I'm using the HD edition, and if you're wondering how am I using the HD edition, all you need to do is use the all-in-one launcher. The all-in-one launcher gives you the chance to enable the HD textures like the ones we are using right now. The Malon tree here is going to be taken down as well. And big push. Elves are using the mist upgrade on the fortress to make the units in the circle here, you can see, a bit weaker. Also will grant you like a camouflage kind of thing. So your enemy won't be able to see you properly as long as you are in the dust and close to the fortress. And also when the enemy decides to fight you here, they will lose all their leadership bonuses, which they really don't have right now. So they don't have the leadership. The only possible way for the Uruks to get leadership is through lotr. Very similar to the Haldir, you need to get him to level 5. But there he comes, lords, by the way. Talking about the late game situation, Isengard's eco is super strong. So that's one of the major weaknesses of the Elven faction. They have really bad resource income. So with that being said, Isengard should be the one faction that gets the upgrades way faster compared to his opponent. Heavy armor, forge blades, it's going to increase your overall durability and the quality of your army significantly. And allows you to tank to kind of face tank the enemy archers for a longer duration. Also going for the Lumbermeers. It's a very good looking safe base, so we see multiple level 2 furnaces all over the place, and that's why he's up to 875 available command points. Later on you can also go for Saruman, one of the best heroes in the game in my opinion. Super easy to level up. One blast can get you to unlock the fireball, and every minute you can spam the fireball from a really long and this way the safe distance. Lord's going to use the sword mode, fight against the troll, but he's only level 1. Troll is actually dealing good amount of damage to him. And the backup is coming. So he would be able to win the 1v1 fight because the troll is not able to knock him down on the ground. But he would almost get killed out of this. Luckily got level 2. And Sharku is level 3 by the way. Has the Team the Beast ability to give experience to the Warwick. So they are level 5, level 4, level 4. And remember, in Rise of the Witch King, you can only level up your normal units to maximum amount of level 5, not to level 10. We see the Linden Horse Archers, so the best horse archers in the game, also way superior compared to the Spider Riders or the Rohirrim from the main faction. But unlike these mentioned units, Linden Horse Archers can only fight with bow. They cannot use the alternate weapon to switch to the sword mode. The most scary part about this army of the elves would be the time when they unlock the Silverton arrows and get this knockback. So it's going to turn the army of the elves to the most superior and crazy strong army killing machine army. In order to counter this with the elven faction, what you can do is you can recruit, for example, Glorfindel, get him mounted. And Glorfindel is going to make the lives of the Warg Riders to a nightmare. The elves are being surrounded from every place. 2.2k resources, 700 command points, but you can see the build is like very close to each other. So every Lumbermill is ultimately not giving you any resources, just to build up, to increase your command points, but not give you the amount of resources you are looking for. Haldir is level, let me take a look, I can't see him. He also went for the Elven Wood. Devastation has been chosen from Isengard. Isengard has plenty of power points that are designed to boost the eco. And Haldir is level 3, but he should be able to get to level 5 during this battle. Armory is built up, I was talking about this before. So all you need to do is get this to level 3. And then you can go for the heavy armor. Devastation has been used. Big fight is breaking out. It's hard to tell though because of the mist. Now the mist is gone and elves are getting outnumbered. Lords has to you need to watch out over lords when you are elves, because the second he gets level 4 he can cripple you, and there is almost no hero he cannot kill. Double siege wargs building up, offensive siege wargs opening here for Isengard. He wants to end this game because he knows the longer you wait, the longer you cannot end the game, the stronger the Elven faction is going to become, and the harder it is going to be for you to siege him. He's going to build towers just for the defense. And what you want to do now is get them to level 2. Exactly. That's going to give you the chance to recruit the ballista, the range siege weapon. The ram cannot really approach anymore. So you want to, use the range siege weapons to attack the fortress out of the range. So fortress cannot attack you back. That's why he's building like the expansion around the fortress. They cost also a lot of resources, but they are able to not outrange, but have the same range like the ballista. Double tower opening. The Lord of the Rings in the 2 towers. And it's, he's getting outclassed, he's getting outnumbered big time. The ballista, the first ballista is going to join the battlefield very soon. Armory level 3, heavy armor purchase, so it's gonna turn them into the golden armor, as you can see and tell. A super tanky hero, like army. How can you break through this without the silver arrows? He went for the Thranduil. Thranduil is a hero that's designed to counter other heroes, but in this situation, not heroes are the problem, the army is a problem. So I think Legolas and his Hawk Strike would be having a bit more impact in the situation. Even though there are still 2 heroes you need to kill, like Sharku and Lurtz. The Ents are throwing rocks on this, bros. And that's gonna be like a small counter push. It's a desperate attempt to bring the fight to them. But Isengard, I think, is in a situation in which he can just ignore this. I mean, sure, he will be able to destroy this level 2 furnace, but he just used the buff for this, so he cannot rallying call this. But here's the Alvin Wood, so basically a replacement for the rallying call. However, Isengard might be able to counter this by picking the Tinted Land and covering this, The ballista siege has begun. The first ballista. Now the ultimate camping situation. So now the matchup is the ultimate camper versus the ultimate sieger, okay? In my opinion, Isengard is the best siege weapons, even though it's maybe arguable about the dwarves with their, with their catapults, with double shots. But I think you have to have like 3 options for the siege. Explosive Mine is one of the best options. And also Legolas has been recruited. A very great hero, as you can see. The Hawk Strike dealt a lot of damage. Very good, very close to hit level 4 already. He's gonna use the Speechcraft. Not Speechcraft, the Three Archers, which also works on the Lindens, by the way. Because they are considered as an archer unit, but as a horse unit. He was also able to kill one of the builders of Isengard. But Isengard is like hesitating, has not the courage to fully commit. But I think he's too scared for no reason. I'm pretty sure that his army has the durability to just commit and end this game. We see 3 Ent Guardians around the fortress, like using their rock throws, protecting the city of Lothlorien. And even more Ents coming from the Ent mood here. There are 3 Ents now. Guardian Ent. It's a melee Ent. And this is a regular Ent. But they cost more. So it's 200 more resources. And the breakout. The land has been used. Isengard could cover this. He went for the Freezing Rain though. Freezing Rain means no more leadership for you. Lurtz is using the sword, diving into the army, has the splash damage advantage, and can counter this clumped army quite easily. Hitting level 5, not enough damage to take him down. The Vorix with their Forge Blades and heavy armor are able to trample into the backlines, and the army of elves has been getting wiped out. The archers though, like Legolas has been killed, it looks like, so he was able to cripple Legolas. No, never mind, all the 3 archers are still remaining. The 3 elven archers are pretty powerful actually. The Ents have, the eagles have been special summoned. There is not much that can kill them because there is no fire arrows on these crossbowmen, and this might be able to kind of push the Isengard faction to retreat. Lords could be a potential target from you. but he will be able to destroy the siege works from Isengard. It will slow down the siege in progress quite a bit. And now we might have reached a stage of the game in which elves and their defense becomes really difficult to break through. Really difficult to break through. The Eagle's time is over. Lord was able to make it out alive. And I want to take a look into the levels from the heroes. Level 5 Haldir, that's pretty good. Lord still a troublemaker for the heroes. Thranduil and Legolas, Daddy and son side by side. Legolas level 5 and Thranduil is level 4. Has the Dead Eye ability, so becoming a really hero killing machine. And Ents are sieging from behind. That's gonna be the first time Elven player is able to push forward. But there comes the no. The ability from the fortress, the lightning storm. What is this called again? Let me take a look into this. It's called the lightning strike, actually. And wiped out a lot, but couldn't kill the Ents. So, and also the heroes were able to make it out alive. Haldir is still forward. I don't know about this, so fighting this is a big mistake. Maybe he can get away from the situation. He's super fast. He has 60 speed, so he's faster compared to these by 5. So, but 5 seems to be a big differential. As long as he keeps running, he will always close the distance. He already started healing, so the out of combat healing from the Elven heroes kicks in super quickly. He was just fighting 5 seconds ago, and now he started to heal up already. This area is super well defended actually. He also was able to kill some of the pikemen. Now the legendary building is building up, Eregion Forge. So very soon he will be able to get the Silverton arrows and turning everyone into Legolas. Everything that can shoot will shoot with a much greater damage output. So he needs to rebuild the siege works. He has no siege works as we are talking, still controlling like the majority of the map. We are talking about areas like this all the way to this area he's controlling. So elves didn't expand, even has a tower and a sentry, work sentry here at the bottom left, blocking this entire pathway, so elves cannot pass truly from this area. Could potentially do this also here, just to put the elves in a prison. Beautiful Hawkstrike actually. Legolas is no joke. The Elven heroes are super strong but not super tanky. Level 7 unlocked, has the arrow volley. Forge is level 1, but it's about to get upgraded to level 2. For this upgrade, you need to get it to level 3. Sharku is back from the graveyard. Lord's back to full HP. Has the White Hanged leadership to make the army stronger. Plus, they have also the Fire Arrows now purchased. But the longer he waits, the less meaningful the eco differential between elves and Isengard is going to become. So in the late game, when you have full cap army, against full cap army, your eco advantage is becoming meaningless. The eco advantage only means a lot if you like that you get faster to the point of late game. But the longer you wait, the more chances you will give to your opponent to get to the late game spike as well. And I don't know if you want to be fighting against elves elves late game, because if they're Silverton arrows, they can even kill your summoned dragon with the 25 power point. They can kill him. Sharku, the builder, might be in trouble over here. It's gonna go down to the Goblin Town. Armory is level 2 still. But it's taking you some time to kill this upgraded pikeman. It's not easy. Lord is looking, he wants to cripple. He's looking for the elves. I don't think you can kill him though. I mean, oh my god, he's being surrounded. Use arrow volley. Cloud break stun. Why are they not stunned actually? Are they, because they are level 5. I saw level 5 over here. Level 5 grants you insta immunity. And Legolas, I mean, I told you before, not super tanky, and they didn't have any pikeman backup. Now they do, and Charco is gonna die for this. But, you know, the eco advantage coming in clutch in those moments in which you can replace the heroes you lost, and your enemy will struggle to replace them. So let's save the money. Here's the money to potentially revive him. I don't know how much he will cost, but he was super expensive. Oh my god, there comes the legendary dragon. Even the ends will burn in a second. Watch this. Actually, the ends taking not as much damage as I was expecting them to take. And the perfect timing for the dragon summon, because if he would have gotten the Silverton arrows, the archers could have killed him in a second. Like, I've seen it once. The Silverton arrow upgraded archers from the Alvin faction were able to burst through Balrog like a butter. They were able to one-shot him, basically, without him getting even the chance to use the Breath Fire one single time. But here he's taking way too much damage. Shield can be chosen from the spell book. Also, Haldir has taken lots of damage. The Isengard army is like face-tanking everything, because he knows he can do this. Entmoot also seems to be a very tanky building. It's gonna take you, I think, 2 hits. 3 hits actually needed to destroy this. Isengard is coming, and that's going to be the end of the elves. Against the economical advantage of Isengard, there can be no victory. If you enjoyed this game, please make sure to leave a like to this video, subscribe to not miss future uploads on this channel. I will see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself, keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.